You are all weak. Who is your king? You called.
What's going on, guys? Kiger here, back with another Legends Neverland video. I did a video late last week where I reacted to a player playing PvP in 1v1 Burning Soul, and today I want to do the same player and do an account review. And like I said, if you would like me to do an account review for you or PvP review, go ahead and send to email down below. Join my Discord, send it there. The email that's listed. However you want to get in touch. So starting, they're on global, playing on EU 173 Joker. They spend 50 a month with Aptoide bonuses. So they get that percentage extra each time if they're only spending during the bonus, and if they have the very bare minimum, we're talking 15% extra. So what is that? An extra $750 every month. So think 5750, 50 fixed budget monthly. This is what I always recommend doing a budget. Don't go above. It's fine to go below, but don't go above your budget. This is life advice as well. Entertainment budget. I want you to treat any money you spend in the game as money that is gone. It is used for a purpose for your enjoyment. And what they spend it on is the monthly cards, bond packs, battle passes, for seasonal fairies, $1 packs if there's a recharge event. That would be the 5-day ones, continuous recharge. All of this are fixed, and some doesn't happen always, so I buy only fixed things, save up the money, and add to the next month. So if he doesn't spend the 50, he spends 42, let's say, dumps that other $8 into the next month. So maybe there's a big month with the collaboration or something, throw it all into that. This is totally smart, totally fine to do. I don't see any issues. They talk about doing the trick I talked about with bull market, waiting for the last day and waiting for you to do a big spend day, and then it counts the full amount across the board instead of only a little bit during it. Even if it's the last day, the rest just gets mailed to you, so it's totally fine to do it later. Now looking at the base stats here, right? Boom, boom, boom. We are at 5.68 million. Make sure you guys can see this fine. Let me move it around a bit. Alright, that should be a bit better. Alright, 5.68. We're seeing 60% crit, no crit damage. Crit damage reduction, pretty low. Obviously, it's low. It's one of the newest stats. Crit immunity, block chance is pretty good. Break is pretty good. Block reduction is pretty low. Ignore block. Block recovery, starting to work on that, I see. Damage increase, damage reduction, looking good. I would like to see more of the pierce or protection. They're doing earth, as we'll see later, so they're a mix of damage and defensive. 60% HP steal rate. Don't care about the boss damage, really. 30%, 25% for adventure increase, venture damage decrease, 34% debuff mastery, 14% resistance. We also see with their wind spirit, they are T6, so they're definitely getting some of these probably from the daily. If it shows up in the daily Kabbalah shop, they're probably picking up some feathers, which is a good thing to do because these are stats I would do them more evenly, because it's obviously going to take a while. I see you max the block, that's fine, but I would rather pull them all 4 up pretty evenly because of the feather cost. Because you would like that break, you would like that attack. Obviously, a little bit extra HP isn't always bad. Looking at their circle, assuming they're on PvE right now with the Deep Sea Blessing in the middle. Break, block, debuff mastery, debuff resistance, damage increase, HP. This is just fine. Friendly, probably waiting for whoever the new friendly one is that we're waiting. It's probably going to be the bear. That is the assumption right now. That it'll be the damage decrease one. And then everything else here is good to set for a long time. Looking here, 38, 40. Okay, you're going about even. That's good. Crystals, tenacity, break, block. They're definitely focused in on what they're doing. I like to see that. As far as earth, I think it's worth it depending on what enemies you're facing in PvP to swap out Snapdragon for Foxglove, because Foxglove is going to give you that CC reduction, which is going to be important. Snapdragon's going to hit a lot harder. It's going to stack up erode faster, but this one is going to try to make you live a bit longer. It's an option, not guaranteed best option, but definitely if this one's red 2, this one's diamond 3, rainbow 3, the rainbow one will probably be better overall. Looking at this, 90, 97, 99, 103. You should be focused on getting all of them to 100. That will be for one of the... Actually, let me see. One off. You're about 11 off of the 400 one for a seal requirement. I recommend bringing them all up evenly, up to about, I think it's 150 or 160, where you hit the last seal requirement for Thunder Souls, and then you can start focusing on a certain stat that you're looking for. Like, he definitely doesn't want this defense crit. Debuff resistance is obviously nice, but he doesn't want the defense crit. He wants a break block kind of thing. As far as these, this is 1v1, because you have the mirror that's required for 1v1. You have that mirror. This one I think is the opposite sex one. Everyone plays female, so if you're playing male, then you make use of this. I would generally recommend that. I don't know what this is, what they currently have access to. I don't know what they've gotten rid of, what they have in fragments, but I would be going for the Hourglass, because that's Hourglass is a very solid one. And then the low cooldown bonus damage one based on cooldown, which the Hourglass augments, would be very powerful. These are based on a singular element, which he's earth, so these are fine. Okay. The 6 active IO, well, not counting the core IOs. Increase, this is pretty meh. Obviously the pierce rate is nice. Damage increase is always nice, but it's a pretty low roll. This is a bit better, but still not great. You obviously don't want an attack roll. You generally want more percentages. It looks like they're really focusing on Pierce here. Damage increase or adventure increase if you're doing PvP are the main ones to be going after. Pierce rate directly after that. And then if you have to take a base stat, then something like this, break, would be a lot better than attack. Break. Though this isn't great. As far as defensive stats, we're looking at the same thing. Damage reduction, adventure damage reduction, protection rate, and below that, but before these base numbers, would be a little bit of HP steal rate to hit those numbers. Because right now you're at 60.16. So if you have one good, let's say, red roll of HP steal rate, you could be hitting closer to that 70%. And that's just one roll. And past that, you don't really want to. Hitting some numbers, you want to get up to that 66 or 70. And then past that, you're fine after that. If you were doing... I generally give that advice to someone who is doing a archer style, because that one will give you, if it's a higher tier, up to 14%, and that's going to be very, very good for you're hitting multiple times. You're going to get some healing going. Damage reduction block, blue block. Definitely wanted that pink damage reduction. And remember, these can also be in ranges. So just because it's pink doesn't mean it's a good pink. I think this is actually about mid-tier for a pink. As I said, one roll of HP steal rate, but I wouldn't take anything lower than red on a HP steal rate roll. Everything else kind of sucks. Alright, last, we don't have like the fate cards and stuff. This is kind of just a quick overview of the basics. Bringing them up evenly, which is nice. We're looking at a 1677, which is what I prefer. We're looking at, this is unfortunate that this rolled a crit. You would obviously want a different stat here, but we have Holy Spirit Shield, which is part of that 777, and Debuff Mastery, which is nice. Full Moon, Recovery, Tenacity. This is really nice. Defense and Wind Following Shadow. I don't remember the blue ones offhand, but I think you can get a better stat than defense here. But besides that, it's a good 7716. And taking a look again, we have HP, block, and block recovery. So the block recovery is fine. HP is kind of the question mark. This one's kind of up in the air because he's Earth. A lot of Earth things can care about your defense. Especially, they've been using sword, daggers, and book. If you were using something like the new Berserker, instead of HP, you would want defense. Same with, what's it called? Mechanician, you would want defense. But I wouldn't totally ignore the HP ones. So I see you're bringing all these up evenly. I would say bring these up to about 3. And then once you get them to like 15, bring these up 2 more. I would say every 5 levels you put into these 2, put 2 levels into these, is what I'm going to say. Now, not counting the things that we don't have access to here, the cards, we're going to obviously want the triple rolls. We're going to want more damage reduction. Break if we have to pick a base stat. I see we're doing protection rate right there. So, looking like it's going in the right direction, but just a couple things I would like them to fix as we go. As for using your currency, I think you should put more into your pets, and you're going to get a big boost of stats here from the pets. And then you can start doing a little bit, not going crazy, but a little bit into the dragon research. Let me know what you guys think down below.